In our fast-paced society, it's common to rush through meals or to miss the experience of eating because we're distracted. Watch this video on mindful eating to learn how to improve your eating experiences. If you have ever eaten in the car, at your desk, or while completing another task, then you know how easy it can be to get distracted from the eating experience. The problem with being distracted is that it usually means we eat too fast, lose connection with our fullness cues, and miss the chance to have a moment of rest in the middle of a busy day. Mindless eating can also occur at other times throughout the day besides meals. Snacking or grazing throughout the day without being hungry, or eating candy or other snacks just because they're around are two examples of mindless eating. Instead of eating mindlessly, we encourage you to be mindful of all your food choices by honoring your body's hunger and fullness signals and choosing to be fully present during the eating experience. Mindful eating improves our relationship with food, helping us to be more thoughtful and take better care of our needs. It also allows us to have more enjoyable eating experiences by teaching us to stay in the moment instead of missing the pleasures of eating. How does one become a mindful eater? By practicing. Mindful eating practices can help us to slow down and pay more attention to the eating experience. These practices usually involve taking an extended period of time to focus on the different sensory details of eating, like appearance, smell, texture, and taste. Some practices, like the one we'll try today, stretch a few bites of food over several minutes. The goal is not to eat this slowly during meals, but to provide a counterbalance to our normally rushed eating experiences. This can help us to slow down in future meals and take more enjoyment from our food. Okay, let's practice. If you would like to do this exercise with me, pause the video and get a few bites of food to use. You can choose anything, but something small like a few raisins, nuts, or chocolate chips will work well. Make sure to choose something that you like. First, examine the piece of food. If it is wrapped, unwrap it first. Notice its external appearance, color, size, shape, and texture. Does it have any grooves or lines, or other notable markings? Does it remind you of any other types of food? Next, feel the food between your fingers. What does it feel like? Is it smooth or rough, rubbery, hard or soft, dry, wet, or even sticky? Does it leave a residue on your fingers? Next, smell it. Does it have a scent? If so, is it strong or weak? Does it remind you of anything? Does smelling it make you more excited to taste it? Finally, take a bite, but don't chew. Just hold the food in your mouth and notice the sensations that you're experiencing. If you're using a piece of chocolate, you'll probably notice that it's starting to melt. Notice where you hold the food when you're not chewing it. Do you have to resist the impulse to chew? After a few seconds, go ahead and chew the food. Notice where in your mouth you're chewing, and notice any difference in flavor and texture as you start to chew. Notice how many times you can chew it before you feel the impulse to swallow. Is the food fully chewed, or is it still in somewhat large pieces? Try to hold it in your mouth and chew it as long as you can before swallowing. After you swallow, notice the feeling in your mouth. Is there any food remaining? Did you enjoy the taste of the food? Was there anything that surprised you about this bite? Next, take another bite of food, and this time chew and swallow it at a regular pace. Did you notice anything different from your first bite? Is the flavor more or less intense than the first bite you took? Keep practicing eating slowly to increase your awareness of the sensory experiences of eating. The more aware you are, the more satisfied you can be with your meals by choosing the tastes and textures that appeal to you the most, and by being present to experience them. I'm Christy with NuStart. Thanks for watching.